Hey there, it's Mrs. Kent, and we're going to do a quick refresher on ethos, pathos, and logos because I am so tired of reading these three words, which are only categories. So check out that paper that you got. We're going to refer to it as a cheat sheet, although ethically I would never give you a cheat sheet. I'm calling it that so that you may use it in an effort to change up your language and understand really that logos, ethos, and pathos are merely categories to these types of things that you will see in a paper. So you can read, you know that a logical appeal is any kind of data or any kind of common sense or logical step-by-step directions or directives. Ethics or ethical appeals establish the author's credibility and also shared values between the author and the reader. Emotional appeals, those are the things that make people laugh, cry, or any other human emotion. And also, note the bottom categories where it has the persuasive effect. Those are those back pocket items that I want you to remember so that if you're struggling to know what logic does to a person, the effect is a rational or reasonable response, which is always the most reliable. With ethical appeals, that shows that it can be trusted, that the information can be trusted based on the author's background, or if it appeals to shared values, that is something that you guys can both relate to or connect with. And additionally, emotions are perhaps the most unreliable, but definitely powerful, because that is what gets people to pay a lot of money to the ASPCA, and you know what I'm talking about. We've seen the commercials, and it's very effective. So what I don't want to see, and this is the reason why I'm giving you this little screencast, I don't want to see you say, the author uses ethos to reach her audience in your essays. That is not cool. Instead, I want you to try something more like, the author uses her role as president to wield her authority to her employees, or over her employees, rather. It's just like saying, if you use the author uses ethos to reach her audience, it's just like saying, the person uses a method of transportation to visit China. Okay, well, you're going to really make me think about that? Why don't you just tell me? Instead of telling me a method of transportation, which is merely a category for a bike, a train, a boat, whatever. So remember this, that rhetorical triangle, ethos, pathos, logos, the relationship between the speaker, the audience, and the message. Ethos is not just the author's credibility, it is also something that establishes a shared relationship or shared values between the author and the speaker. Or it may change depending on the purpose of the text. But be aware that it's not just the credibility of the author, it's also shared values or beliefs, and that could be between a president and the American people, or it could also be a teacher and a student. They have shared values which are probably found within the confines of the educational system or the shared school where they both happen to be at the time. Here's an example. As a fellow American, Kent uses her affiliation to the shared values of Americans, freedom and liberty. Cue the Star-Spangled Banner. Logos, the appeal to logic, order, data, aka common sense, which, as we know, not so common. But do not put in your paper, the author uses logos to appeal to readers. Okay, again, you're giving me the method of transportation to travel to China. Instead, try something more like, Kent's appeal to the reader's common sense activates their logical problem-solving skills. Pathos. Okay, you guys are way too young to know this, but Mariah Carey had a really popular song called Emotions. You got to look it up. It's definitely something that you'll be listening to in your car, I hope. Even though, I hope you guys know this song. It's really good. But anyway, talk about the type of emotions the author evoked from their words. What do they make a person do or feel? That's the missing link that we need to touch upon. If someone is using humor, why do they use humor? Humor is either to, yeah, it makes people laugh. That's a given. But what does it do? Does it lighten up the situation? Does it make people approach the idea lightly? What is it that humor, what is its intended purpose? Because that is what we are getting at. What does the language make the reader do. So I want you guys to try it. You're going to change this into a claim statement. So 75% of AP students cheat in order to receive better grades. That is logos. If you started out with Lopez uses logos, then you're going to be in really big trouble. I'm going to find something really terrible and put it on your desk, and that's your punishment. Just kidding. Okay, try it. Yeah, I'm waiting. Awesome. Save that statement. I'm going to look at it when I get back. Next one, same author, Lopez, at it again. Students cheat because their parents will call them bad names. They'll never get into college and they'll end up on the streets of LA. Yikes. If you started out with Lopez uses pathos to break people's hearts, I am going to break your desk and you're going to have to stand all period long. Okay, I'm kidding, but I'm waiting. Go ahead, write your version. Still here. Are you done? Okay, moving on. Lopez, again. As a teacher, I've seen that students don't seem to have the same work ethic as former generations before technology. If you are even thinking Lopez uses ethos because she's a teacher, then that's how I'm feeling. Write a nice claim statement for me. And when you're done, turn it into the inbox. You guys are very, 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 very smart. And I know that you can give me better results in your writing, which is why I'm pushing you to these limits. So I know that you're going to deliver the best. Can't wait to read these, and I will see you next week. That's it, folks. Have a great day.